Welcome to 10 Things We Love, and this time we're doing Demons. 10 Things We Love About Demons, a 1985 Italian horror. Often referred to as Dario Argento's Demons because of his work in it and things like that, although he wasn't the director. It's a classic horror movie for me. It's one of my favourite horror movies because I saw it far too young as a child. Basically, it's a similar path to The Return of the Living Dead, if you watch those videos. It came out in 1985, which same year that Return of the Living Dead came out. It's a really, really horrible horror movie at times. Got some great things, many great things about it, some bad as well, which we'll obviously do in the 10 Things We Hate video. But it's just iconic for me, and it's one of those that gave me nightmares as a kid. Yeah.
I can see why, yeah.
Chances are as well, I reckon on the love one more than the hate, we're likely to really find a lot of doubling up. At least with some of the obvious ones. But we'll see how we go. Yeah. You can start.
Okay. So this is sort of the second time I saw this film was the other day. So obviously parts of it stayed with me. So obviously that's a testament to a good film. When I went back and watched the trailer, I felt really like of an era. I loved the trailer of it. It was like, oh, be careful, be warned, sit next to an exit, and I thought that was quite fun. Yeah. Watch it back, it's like, I really enjoyed them old trailers.
I would have loved to have seen this in a theatre.
The preview you are about to watch is for a movie that is unlike any you have ever seen before. It is for a movie that goes beyond temporary fear to everlasting terror. It is a movie called Demons.
Just considering it's set in a theatre. Yeah. That would have been kind of scary.
Yeah, really good thing is if Prince Charles ever do anything like that, then
that would be quite,
go for that.
That would be very, very cool. Actually, the trailer's very classic. You know,
of an era.
Like a lot of 80s horror voiceovers talking over it.
Yeah, it was like next to an exit, and I was like, I like that.
Yeah. Oh, well, my first one is one you should know that have. It's got a wicked rock and metal soundtrack, including the likes of Saxon, Motley Crue, Billy Idol, actual tracks for them. Whereas like Return of the Living Dead, used a lot of its own music with the odd track from people here and there. Demons is just predominantly a rock and metal soundtrack. You get a list in the opening scroll of credits. You get a long list of all the bands that performed. And I think they played at the right times for the most part, like during the action scenes.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like with Motorbike as well. Motorbike scene would make sense to have metal playing.
Yeah, like I think it's Saxon that plays then as well, so that kind of fits, the whole Wheels of Steel stuff. Yeah.
So that's really cool.
Yeah. Cool.
So looking into the film as well, there's a little nod to it in Silent Hill, the game. So there's like a storefront with Metropole.
I did not know this. Really?
Yeah. So in the game of Silent Hill, hey, so I fancy you didn't know.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah,
is that an actual nod to it?
It's the same cursive, the same writing.
Oh my god, the same cursive, Metropole.
Metropole.
Yeah, the name of the cinema.
Yeah, so I think it's a theatre or a storefront in Silent Hill, but it's actually got Metropole.
That's excellent.
You have to go back and have a look now.
That's excellent. That's excellent. I can't believe anyone would ever make a reference towards Demons.
Yeah,
that's
so
crazy.
It's a nice little nod to it, so I thought I quite enjoyed that.
Did you have the music one as well, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
you didn't say.
We cross on that one because again it makes sense when that kind of gore and that kind of stuff going on. You're gonna play nice pop music. It's got to be like thrashy metal. It's good.
Well, again, you know that you're going to have this one as well because it has to be said. The effects, costumes, and gore.
Yeah.
So this has a lot of things going for it, right? So break it down. Early on, the effects, let's just say costumes. We get an opening scene where everyone's kind of like standing around inside like the lobby area, and everyone's individual costumes. I think they stand out individually as much as amongst the characters. Whether it's like there's an older couple with a bit of a mean bloke. She's wearing what looks like more reserved thing. You've got the young kids, shirt rolled up, that kind of thing, dresses.
Yeah.
Tony the Pimp, we'll get on him later on, who looks with the big collar and the jacket. Amazing costumes. Particularly and then we got like the effects. So it starts off subtle and really small, just like a small cut. That's the cheek, which gets things going. To then the bubbling up. That burst to the eventual demonic transformations. There's one that's done, obviously, which I guess is the one that kicks it off. Not the one in the toilet.
No, the one on
the front of the screen who tears through the screen. And you get this really up close. It's done up close as her teeth fall out, her nails break and come out.
We gotta get out of here.
And it's done really up close, so like no hiding from the fact the difficulty that would have been to do. The demons look great. The glowing eyes, the sharpened claws, the veins that run through the body. We see a later transformation of someone and the veins start to appear more. Yeah.
But I think it's good because you've got to differentiate, because obviously people go, oh, it's a zombie. We've got zombies, we've got like monsters, we've got werewolves. Demons, it's quite open field, but you've got to make it so they are demonic.
They look demonic.
Yeah, so like the veins is like, there's still human elements, but they kind of make them demonic.
Well, I always saw the veiny thing as an infection, what you would have if you had blood poisoning and stuff like that kind of thing, where you get the red veins, that kind of thing. But then we get the gore. Now, let me tell you, if you've got a dicky stomach, you're not good with gore, this ain't a movie for you, because it can be fucking horrendous. From throats being ripped out to scalping, hair being ripped off someone's head,
eyes going through
fingers eyes dug out with clawed fingers, to one scene where one girl gets absolutely covered in pus and stuff, absolutely covered. It can be really, really brutal stuff. Great looking, but really horrible. I presume you have that.
I do have that,
of course.
Really? So like said again, the classic of it, except for the costumes, feels very 80s.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So when it kind of,
such an 80s movie.
Some films you watch and go, well, that's gonna be pushed under a pile or not kind of thought back off again. But when people list their top 10 80s films, and then it slots in, and it is like a classic. It's
legendary enough that it got its own Blu-ray special thing with a special cover. It is well known in that sense. Cult classic kind of thing, but it's well known. And it does, go back and watch it, it is of a time period. The look, the feel, the style, the costumes, everything about it screams 80s. You look at it, if you weren't told when it was made and said when was this made, you're going to say in the 80s, late 70s at most, but you're not going to be looking at the 90s where everything had that glossy sheen over it. It's not got that glossy look to it. Okay, the demons are actually fucking scary. They are really scary. The whole concept of it and how easily you can become one yourself is just terrifying. There's no rhyme or reason to what they do, what their goal is, other than worldwide to make cities their tombs.
Their tombs,
it's as simple as that.
No rhyme or reason,
There's nothing more to it, and it can be as simple as a scratch. A simple scratch, a nick by a nail.
Yep, and that's it.
And you're done. Got to be one of them too. Actually, I'm going to go again. I'm going to tie it into this. One scene. One scene that's so iconic, it was a DVD cover for Demons. You'll probably already, if you know it, you're already thinking, that scene. That fucked me up as a child. I love it to this day. Whenever I watch it, I'm like, quick, here it comes. And it's slow motion demons coming up the stairs with the blue lighting behind them. They're coming out of their main theatre. And by that point, several main characters of demons as well at the front, like Tony and stuff like that. And it's slow motion, they're glowing eyes. It's distance as well. So you don't see any issues with the makeup. You can't see anything because it's far enough away, and it's kind of done in slow motion with this music, and there's no sound. There's no sound.
No,
it's music. So there's no effects of feet touching or anything like that. That's that fucking scene. Like I said, so iconic. It got, in fact, up there somewhere. I'm gonna obviously flash it up on screen. That will be it. In fact, I might even put a whole fucking clip in.
Yeah. You should.
Yeah. Go on, yours.
The next one. The masked character. And
okay.
I really enjoyed him. So he was a weird looking dude. And I looked into it that he was like assistant director. And he was really had more of a role in it. And obviously he was kind of like an unusual looking.
Oh, very unusual, yeah.
I like the fact he was like, at certain angles he looked like more like a monster, and other times he looked more like a cyborg thing.
Well, yeah, they always did profiles quite well. And the way the mask is on his face, it almost looks fused to his skin.
Yeah, that's what I mean, like a cyborg. And from other angles, it looked like it's like a skull almost. So it's quite good, quite good idea not to have a whole full mask, but it's like these bits of him. And he's kind of rolling it.
Okay, so we're talking about characters. My favourite character in the movie is Tony, often referred to as Tony the Pimp. Now, it's never actually said he's a pimp, in that sense, but you kind of just get that impression from the way he acts and the fact that he's got the two girls around him, and things like that. He's great in this. He gets some good dialogue. He's also one to take charge. As a demon, he's intimidating as well.
Yeah.
He's a kick-ass character, I like him, and as many would know who've seen the sequel, the actor would play another role in Demons 2, where he also gets to be a bit kick-ass. Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, I had Tony as well, just for his sheer style, and as well for his name's only mentioned once in the film, but you know his name. It's like, hey, Tony. Yeah,
it sticks.
Yeah, and I always like that, but especially like 80s films as well. There's always like, if you've got a good character like that, it's kind of like legendary.
Well, I'll tie into this as well then, another one I have, which is overall the cast is pretty interesting. I think there's enough background characters there just to be fodder, and ones that you get a little bit more screen time. You have your main cast, and that main cast is pretty big as well if you think about it. You have your main four, your Georges, your Cathys, and then you got a couple of other couples who get scenes as well, even to like the blind character. His everyone's memorable. Like as a cast goes, they get just enough, particularly when they're first coming into the cinema and taking their seats and stuff like, just to sort of say, okay, this person's this person, this person's that person, and so on. You know? Yeah, I think that's great.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. The motorbike scene for me was like a really classic scene because it is just over the top.
Yeah,
that's what I want from a film like that. It's like, okay, so there's a working motorbike and there's a working samurai in the lobby of a cinema. Yeah, sure.
You mean a bladed samurai sword?
Yeah.
Working samurai, you said.
Oh yeah, well, samurais are not blunt and fake.
Yeah, basically a real samurai sword.
That's the word, yeah.
And a working motorbike that happens to be part of the...
Yeah, just there in the lobby of a cinema. Yeah, sure.
And here's the thing as well, like the samurai sword and the thing that's on a motorbike, how does that have anything... Well, no, actually, sorry, forget that, tell a lie. The motorbike is used in the movie they're watching. So it was obviously a prop, the idea being props from the movie they're watching.
Yeah. But yeah, I've always thought it was quite. I just love watching it.
It is. It's silly, but it's cool because it's it drives around a motorbike slashing away at demons. They're leaping over them at times.
Yeah.
You get some silly scenes in that, but we'll certainly touch upon that in another video.
Yeah.
But it's again fun, and it kind of comes to a close in a cool way as well. It's kind of like it's driving around. Where's this going to go? But obviously the helicopter crashes through the roof, which kind of sets up the next part. The bait and switch in Event. It's one of the more memorable scenes, I think, in the sense of how it's done. Particularly as it's actually two characters that didn't get loads of screen time.
No.
And then they're given this kind of sequence in Event where it's implied just before that one of them was scratched. Where he goes, oh, it's just a little scratch. And
it's him,
but it's a bait and switch. It's actually not him in the end. And it's kind of like they think they're being followed. They keep hearing the sound of claws on vents. And we see a flash of hands that are demonic hands. And it turns out to be the girl in front. Yeah. Which was, and you don't see him die either. She flashes up, and then it's just done. That scene's over. We know what happened. That's a cleverly done scene.
Yeah. I put the location. So cinema, we said right at the beginning of the video, it's such a great location because again you've got the darkness of it already. If you get people together in the cinema, no one really knows each other, so they are strangers in the dark in the seating area. It was quite a spot because again, quite true to life. It was a free handout for a film, so it was fairly empty. So when you have big the cinema is, it's like not completely full. So it does feel quite a real cinema. Yeah. So I really enjoyed that. And in fact, it does set up sort of chasing through the aisles. Yeah, I thought it was a really good setup for a film.
I think it allowed them to do a lot of things from having a separate area up the top, because obviously as well it's a converted theatre. That's an important point. Also, it's an 80s thing, an 80s when it was reopened. That's pointed out in the thing that had been reopened.
Yeah.
So it is chances as well in regards to like exits and things like that. Not like a modern cinema you'd go to now, where you'd have 100 different fire exits, massive amount of room. It's that. I think you're right. I think it's a great location. Certainly better than the location in the second movie. Okay, the inner demon that comes out of Kathy was a nice touch. Up to that point, we'd kind of seen everything I think demons had to offer, and they went one further. Where I don't know if it's because she was being just transforming and stuff like that, and she kind of basically gets attacked and beaten up with a vent lid. Yeah. And it causes what basically the demon is that's inside her to come out. of her back, and again, a really good
Well
effect,
done. Yeah.
really good effect, and it looks pretty fucking cool as well.
Yeah.
It looks like a demon, little horns,
Yeah.
you know, slimy green. Yeah, I think it's a cool moment. It's at a point, like I said, we kind of seen what we thought was everything demons had to offer,
Yeah, it's like,
and went, oh no, there's that. This is, but also kind of explained what was going on. That ultimately the scratches were. It's not like an infection, a zombie infection. Obviously, it creates a demon
Something
inside you
So, yeah.
that takes over your body.
Yeah.
And that's what it
In
is.
this case, it just climbs right out.
Yeah,
of
it
its
climbs
vessel.
literally
Done.
and it's not. It would also do that in the second film as well. Yeah.
And major characters as well. Like, there's no kind of. It's not the happiest of like. When they kind of all. I can't figure out how I'm going to say it. So like the main characters, they all don't fare that great, do they? Really?
No.
It's not kind of all these like young characters skipping off into the sunset. It's quite bleak.
No, of course
Again,
not.
it's another 80s kind of thing to do.
Oh yeah, didn't love happy endings. No, I didn't love happy endings at all. Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, I appreciate that part of it. We crossed over quite a lot of them.
Okay.
So I'd say it was, yeah, the good points we both loved.
Are you out then? You've got no more?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
We did touch on a lot.
I have a couple more. Well, basically, we kind of touched upon it already, but death scenes, they're often always brutal. You know, we touched upon the gore and stuff like that, but no one like just... there's the odd one that kind of dies off screen or just gets slashed and stuff like that, mainly the cast, but main ones like... we talked about someone getting her throat ripped out. I always remember the usher crawling away and she gets her head... You know, yanked and stuff. You know, the scalping, the woman that runs into the random room and then gets caught and thing. To the wife of the blind guy who's cheating with her lover, they get strangled to death and with the thing. Tony gets grabbed by a demon and falls over the top, hanging from the rope, being ripped apart by the demon. Yeah, you know, there's
pretty
no
full on, isn't
it? It's pretty fucking full on. And the last one for the love then is it's end of world stuff. You kind of touched upon about bleakness, but ultimately, if you know the movie, you know how the latter 10 minutes go, as it was basically revealed that this is now spreading throughout the city.
Yeah.
This is end of the world stuff.
Yeah.
How do you stop this?
Yeah.
How can you stop it?
I say a lot like I say, it seems like a theme of the 80s. So around the 90s, all the police come along, and then there's some sort of like, no, there's someone else to kind of spread it further. In the 80s, we're literally just like, that's it, you're all dead.
Yeah. That's basically how it ends as well.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you know, George goes off with his group, but like, where the fuck are they going to go?
Yeah.
Where are you going to go?
Far,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So there we go. Those are 10 things we love about demons. Make sure you check out 10 things we hate about demons. Amazingly, yes, even I've got 10. So watch that one.